And now to that personal plea from a worker in a long-term care facility. The Onalaska Care Center had managed to navigate the pandemic for months without any resident deaths until this latest wave. News 19's Marcus Arsvold spoke with one of the nurses on that front line. And Marcus, to her, how urgent and real is this fight against the virus?
Well, Dustin, Kia Vang has been a nurse at the Onalaska Care Center since 2005, and she's always felt like they're part of her family, the residents and the people who work with her. But that feeling has never been so real until she was one of the only people allowed in a room where a resident took their last breath.
The residents here are like our family members too. And knowing that they couldn't have one of their family members next to them, it's devastating, it's heartbreaking. And we try to be their family, but it's not the same.
Kia Vang's nursing staff at the Onalaska Care Center act as frontline family members because right now, as COVID-19 spreads, visitors aren't allowed in.
It's a very tough battle, I have to say. We're still fighting it daily, not just here whenever we walk through the doors, but also at home and out in the community.
It's an uphill battle as healthcare workers struggle to prove that what happens outside can easily spread to their vulnerable residents inside.
We know that community spread is dependent on people making personal choices in order to protect the people around them. Unfortunately, what we're seeing right now in La Crosse means that people are choosing not to do those things, and the impact is far-reaching, and it's devastating in these facilities because people are getting it and they are dying. It's devastating to the staff who are taking care of them and who are watching this and who are exhausted.
Social worker Brad Godwin works extra hours scheduling virtual visits when all families want to do is hug their loved ones.
During their final moments, it's difficult for everyone. It's not normal. We're certainly longing for the times to get back to some sort of normalcy here.
But they're not giving up on their residents or the community.
We will continue to care for them and love for them as if they are our own. Of course, it's not the same when it's not your family members holding your hands or hugging you, but we're gonna do that for our residents here.
Despite families suffering, as they mentioned, Godwin and Vang are both impressed with the families of the people and residents, appreciating and understanding the strife that they're under and following regulations. Dustin, I know it's a message that's been repeated quite often, but hearing the desperation in their voices, wearing a mask and distancing, those guidelines seem more imperative now than ever.
All right, thank you, Marcus. That's always tough to hear. The Onalaska Care Center says it urges community compliance with these guidelines for the safety of their staff and residents.